Hello. Welcome to my Declutter Diaries series. I'm going to be decluttering my entire home and figured I'd create a series. Might as well try out something new, see how it goes. Stemmed from I am moving. Yes, I am moving soon, and it's honestly quite a bit stressful, as I'm sure some of y'all know, or anyone who's ever moved knows. This is starting off great. Anyway, being the home organizing expert that I am, I figured I might as well talk the talk and walk the walk. Well, I'm already talking the talk. I'm going to walk the walk. And since I have to declutter my home anyway, I might as well bring people with me. That way you can kind of see exactly how my real life is and also maybe get some tidbits on how I declutter things that'll make it easier for you. All right. Clearly I should have practiced this script. Anyway, part of this whole declutter challenge is that, or declutter situation, is that I'm doing a challenge. I'm running it over on Instagram, but basically decided to break the entire home into manageable tasks so that I can declutter my entire home. We've got a 3-bedroom apartment that we need to declutter in a month so that we can pack up and move and not have to pay extra for movers and also get a fresh start and not have to haul a bunch of crap that I really don't need to another country. So I created this declutter challenge, made a calendar, broke it out into different tasks. If you want to know more about this, there's a link in the description, but I'm just letting you know that each day I'm going to have a specific task set that I'm working at. We're starting in the kitchen because the kitchen is typically the least, least emotionally attached, right? People are kind of like, yeah, okay, you have aspirational appliances, but typically people are the least attached to things in their kitchen. And also it's the most commonly used space. So you really get a sense of your progress and what it feels like to declutter. So good spot to start in theory. And I wanted to start with something easy. So we're starting with dishes, just our basic dishes like bowls, plates, cutlery, and then drinkware. So I'm just going to show you the real unfiltered version of what I have in my kitchen, and then go through decluttering it. Now, full disclosure, decluttering for me is a little bit different because I rent furnished. So a majority of the dishes are ones that already came with the apartment. So if I'm decluttering it, it's because I'm probably going to replace it. I want to give back what we were given. But there are definitely some other dishes that I bought along the way just out of personal preference or that accumulated from gifts and whatnot. And those will need to be weeded out because our plan in the new home is to rent furnished again. So we don't really want to show up with a bunch of duplicates. But the other challenge also in the back of my mind is that it's really going to annoy me if I let something go thinking, oh, buy it. But usually my threshold for that is a purchase point as well as acquisition ease, if you will. If it's relatively inexpensive and relatively easy to get on Amazon or IKEA, for example, then I'm probably going to let it go and take that chance, hoping that the new place has it. Okay, anyway, well, let's get started. I don't know how the lighting might change a little bit using my computer here. Basically, my primary dishes are in set area. The dishes that are mine, and I hope you can hear me okay with this. All right, let's just, can you hear me better now? Can you hear me better now? Can you hear me better now? Okay, yeah. Definitely this microphone is not working the way I thought it would. So here we go. Just going to bring my computer with me everywhere. Keep this clipped just in case. Right, so things that I have collected. Branded glasses. At first I was like, these are amazing because they're not glass, so they're going to be a little bit harder to break. I am very clumsy when it comes to these sorts of things. But on the other hand, I just read this meme more on social media about how we shouldn't hold on to branded items because we're basically having paid for the privilege to be a walking billboard, is I believe how it was phrased. And I thought, you know what? That's right. Plus, wine glasses, probably going to be a thing that they have in the new furnished house. And if they don't, easy enough to get from IKEA, Amazon. So those I'm probably gonna let go. They definitely did not come with the apartment. Then I also have a couple of other things like these little patio-friendly wine mugs. I've only got two of those, and we use them quite often. Ooh, getting close does not look great. So I'm probably gonna end up keeping those. Let's see, what else is there to chat about on here? I'm so glad that I did not promote this at all because this is the weirdest live chat and I desperately want to end it, but be brave, Celia, keep going. Okay, so not a lot in here. Not a lot in here. I do have one sentimental cup that a friend gave me so that I wouldn't feel homesick. And it worked, so I'm gonna hang on to that. So not a lot of, I'm probably gonna end up letting go of these branded wine glasses. These guys that I use all the time, I mean, are they gonna have patio friendly glasses with our initials on them? Probably not. These shot glasses, we don't really, I mean, we're making cocktails, we kind of just guesstimate. Probably get a proper measuring thing, but don't really need to keep the decorative shot glasses. Let's see, what else? A lot of the mugs pretty much already came with the apartment, so not really necessary for me to declutter those. What else do I have down here? We've got our primary dishes. This is your basic IKEA set. The only thing that I would let go of in there or suggest for anyone else are dishes that have chips in them. And that's another thing to think about when it comes to dishes. What are your goals for the kitchen, right? So for example, if you like hosting a lot and having that really neat styled aesthetic important to you, then you're probably going to want to prioritize having matching sets of dishes instead of having those eclectic one-offs like that tumbler that I have, right? So if you have different size plates, if they're all not matching, then now it's time to let go of the stuff that doesn't match and then try to either focus on or just refill the set that does if that's what's important to you. On the other hand, maybe your goals are renting out your apartment and kind of your whole vibe is that kitschy, eclectic, so having all different kinds of mugs, all different kinds of plates is the style that you're going for, then that's great. In that case, you want to buy like reverse wise, get rid of the kind of standard boring stuff that maybe you had collected initially before you developed your style. So just something to keep in mind when you're looking at these normal things. Try not to think about, I mean, yes, of course, look to see if it's damaged, broken, cracked, stained, chipped, safety hazard. But think about, okay, does it fit your aesthetic? Does it fit what you're trying to do with your lifestyle, whether it's hosting or just fast meals and in and out, or you need to have kid-friendly dishes or patio-friendly dishes. So just keeping that in mind. The other thing I would keep in mind with dishes is the volume. We tend to hold on to them because they're all working really well. And I think, oh, what if I have that big dinner party that I'm hosting? And it's like, well, how many dishes do you really need? So I do a dinner party theory, dinner party maths. How many people can you actually host at a given time? I'm talking like a seated dinner, a plated meal. Can you host in time? Let's say that's 10, 12, 14, whatever the number is. I would say that is kind of your ideal number for the amount of dishes, and maybe one or two extra because just in case one does happen to crack or go by the wayside between now and when you do actually have that dinner. So keeping in mind kind of the dinner party math when it comes to how much of any of these dishes do you really need. And that's an occasion situation, right? So if you can host 10 people for a plated dinner at any given time, but there's only 4 of you that live in the house, that means you have plenty of dishes because you can feed everybody who comes for that dinner. And then you can also feed yourselves twice over before you need to do dishes. See? Works. Okay. Next, what else do we say about dishes? I think that pretty much covers it. Drinkware. I think drinkware is the biggest issue here, or maybe stemware. I've seen with a lot of clients where they have mismatching stemware. And that is definitely something that happens a lot. And I get it. And go back to if it doesn't matter to you, then fine, keep the mismatching stemware. If it does matter to you, if you really only want or only actually do use the matching set, then just stick with that. And try to be like real honest with yourself about it. Okay. For now, I'm not going to get into the cooking utensils or appliances or anything like that because I've broken that up into the next couple of days. Right now, I'm just focusing on those basic dishes. But another part, here is my biggest clutter culprit in the kitchen. When it comes to drinkware, the travel mugs. Pretty sure that, yep, every single one of those travel mugs I brought into the apartment. This apartment didn't come with travel mugs. I brought all of those. My husband and I are big tea fans. Apparently, I'm a big fan of anything that says my name on it. Says my name. 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 Okay. This is probably the biggest area where I need to declutter because I just love some shit that says my name on it, you know? And a travel mug is always a good thing to have. And in my defense, when we go on boat trips and we have visitors, there's always somebody who forgets a mug or doesn't have one because there's a visitor. And it's good to have extras, but I probably don't need this many extras, especially the one like this where it's meant to hold fruit so that you can make fruit water, do fruit infused water. Do you know how many times I've done that? Once, and the fruit got really weird, so I never did it again. I mean, I could still use the bottle without the diffuser thing inside of it. Well, here's another good one. I just talked about this walking billboard situation. We went to this yoga event thing and got these free water bottles. They're nice and they're glass, and it would be rude not to take them home. But gotta taste tough. And honestly, if I'm at a travel bottle, I really prefer the ones with straws. Those are the ones I always go for first. So that's another point to note is that what are the things that you go for first that you use all the time? What are the ones that you are willing to wash if you need to use it again rather than get a clean one out? I think I could definitely pick out a few of those. Although I do want to say in my defense, I was able to use one of these as a cute vase, the perfect size, and I didn't have something like it already. So I feel like that one gets to stay. But yeah, this one I think I'm gonna have to go through and figure out which ones to keep and which ones to let go of. And that's really, really hard. Yeah, 4 of these, 3 of them are the ones that say my name on it. No, 4, 5 of these were gifts, and they all say my name on it. 6 of these. Okay, so I'm dealing with mostly gifts here. And all of them are branded except for the one that I bought for myself, which is, I guess, branded by its own company. This is gonna be tough. How do we choose what to keep? Here's another one. Now I'm just like trying to justify, right? This is the trap that we fall into, trying to justify keeping everything. Look at this one. It's almost like a koozie. A koozie we would call it for cans. So you basically put a soda can in there, and it's meant for the American size, not the kind that you buy here. But you put the can in there, your can of beer or your can of soda, whatever, put this little lid on, and then it just keeps the whole can cold. Or you could put like a bottle of beer in there or something. It's a little too loose for the bottles that we have over here on the Eastern Hemisphere, so it doesn't really make sense to keep. They were gifts, I didn't even pay for them. They're a nice brand, like it. I should really just let these go and let somebody else enjoy them because we haven't used them in a long time. And if we did need a koozie, we have a couple of these soft ones that will stay better on smaller bottles. So I think that one's gonna have to be, these 2 will have to be let go. I feel good about that. I feel like that was good. That was something. The others are like, okay, they're unique, right? So hear me out. So these 2 are wine ones, which is just super cute. Also can I control the volume. And they're wine but stemless. That's the thing. I'm really not crazy about stemmed wine glasses because I have very large hands and I'm a very clumsy person with things called dyspraxia, when your hand and eye coordination just doesn't line up. Yeah. The doorways in my home and I have a lot of arguments. Okay, so stemless wine koozie thing. Now I hear you. You're thinking, what about those ones over there? Those are just like, that's a patio. This is like travel. Like I wouldn't really travel with those, right? These are all the insulated travel. Usually like there's a good lid for it kind of thing. This is a really good one. I did use this before I got a different water bottle. That sounds bad. That sounds, before I got a different cup, that sounds bad. I hear it. That's why I'm talking it out. This is a really, really good one though. What I love about this is I can basically just use it as a coffee mug without the lid, and it keeps the coffee nice and hot, but really great for travel. But the downside to this is that it doesn't fit in the car cup holder, just like it just barely does, which is kind of annoying. So it's not really fully travel. It's more about traveling around if I want to have my coffee outside. Listen to me justify these things. Okay, this one is amazing. Another gift from a friend. It used to say, in theory, it would say my name and my business logo on there, but the stickers got a little wonky, and I'm not entirely sure what to do with this now. If it's salvageable, or if I should just wipe it all off. But the mug itself is still in good condition. It works really well, and smaller bottom, so it fits much better in a car holder or a car cup holder. But so does this one. But this one, at least with the brand, it's my own brand, versus this is one from my former work life. But one for me, one for my husband, right? Okay, fair enough. Okay, but now this is the one that I use in the car because I couldn't bring this one in the car. Okay, it's getting real tough. I'm not really doing well in this declutter situation. Okay, here's one that I dearly, dearly love, and I hope that the very cherished friend who gave me this does not ever find this video. Because it's just not the type of thing, the type of glassware that I would use. First of all, because it's glass, which terrifies me. As I mentioned, I'm very clumsy. So breakable. We have hard tile floor. Traveling with this, it could slip because of the glass and drop. I do love a straw, but just in general, it's not really my style. I would never reach for this because I have another water bottle that I carry around all the time that I would use. Do I need to keep it for a friend? Let's think about that. If we're going out, we all want to hang out on the patio or something, I'm probably going to give them one of these because it's just safer, sturdier. I think that one's going to have to go. Okay, so that'd be number 3. That's number 3, by the way. Here we go. Okay, now, wait for this one. So there's another large drink tumbler for hot or cold. That's the thing about these. Insulated ones I like. It could be for hot or cold drinks because I live in a very hot place, so keeping the drink cold is very important. But this one has this smaller bottom. I don't know if you can see it. It's wider at the top, so a bigger capacity than this one. Still fits in a cup holder. Also important when you're on a boat, right? Especially on a boat because you want to anchor that stuff in. So that's a really good one. And then we'll go back to these. Okay, let's see. Let's bear in mind if I go 3 so far. Okay, this one's gonna go. I wouldn't drink out of this. I think I'm managing to use the one as a vase is good enough. I'm probably gonna end up letting that one go too because I don't need to be bringing dried florals with me as I move across borders. So I feel good about letting this one go too. The one very dear to me, gave it as a gift, and it is the type of bottle that I'm much more likely to use. I love the straw with a little pop top so then I don't have to worry about it spilling. Fits in a cup holder. It sounds like I'm in the car a lot. I guess maybe I am. But I have another one I use all the time. My husband has one that he uses all the time. He's not going to use this. Oh, that would be hilarious. I think that might have to be another one that I end up letting go. I really hope she doesn't watch this video either. She shouldn't. She just got married and she's on her honeymoon right now. Okay, now we're back to this guy. Who, again, for all intents and purposes, perfectly good. But the straw type is not really one that I care for. I don't really need the insert. And I already have the type of straw water bottle that I like. If I got a friend coming over, they can use one of these other ones. I need to have the pop straw. The pop straw I like because I'm more likely to drink water if I have that straw. what am I doing? Putting it back in the counter. So that one's gonna go too. I think we don't need it. We don't need it. It's not, and that was another free one. It's a brand. It's a logo from my former work life. Okay, this is a cool one because it condenses. So I like the idea of this one for hiking. And I think that I will keep this, but I need to go put it in my hiking gear, so that I remember that I have it, because it is quite a clever thing to be able to condense it down to conserve space when you don't need as much liquid, and then pop it up when you're refilling. So I think I will keep that, but I'm actually just going to move it to my travel stuff so I remember that it's there, because I'm not using this on a regular basis. Okay, last but not least, these koozies are super clever. My dad got these for us a couple Christmases ago. It's that insulated, how do you call it? Double-walled insulation thing, but it's meant for whiskey drinks or other said cocktails. So it comes with these little glasses. You mix up your whiskey drink, you put it in there, and it keeps it nice and cold. Also helps protect the glass, because again, apparently I'm a really nervous person who does not like carrying glass. So this keeps it a bit more protected. And these are good. We do use these. We do use these for having cocktails out on the patio. So these get use. They are their own. Okay, I hear you. But the other ones are for wine. The other patio ones are for wine. These are for cocktails, and we use both. We 100% use both. So I'm feeling good about that. Okay, so that's that, right? And then if I put back all of the ones that I said I liked, or at least came up with a justification for. Okay, I've got a theme here. I've got like two of each kind, right? The large capacity, the small, hot or cold, the smaller capacity, hot or cold, the short capacity. Okay, the patio insulated cups, the normal capacity car cups, and then the large capacity car cups. And then that's what I'm keeping. And then of course I have my own water bottle, which is just out and about. I'll grab it. This is my go-to water bottle. I'm normally a Yeti fan, and I'm not saying anything against Yeti, but little plug for Lock Life. She did not pay me to do this, by the way. It was a gal that I met a couple years ago who's absolutely lovely. Does these bottles. You can get custom colors, monochrome, like the whole thing. I've given this for gifts to people all the time. Keeps it nice and cold. I actually haven't put hot drinks in here because that's kind of weird with a straw, but keeps everything nice and cold. I love this little rubber thing because it doesn't clank on the counter when you set it down. Never realized how annoying that could be until it wasn't anymore. Yeah, one of the most brilliant bottles. So I use this all the time, constantly. Like when it's time to wash it, I wash it, dry it, put it right back together. So I'm set with that. My husband's got his own water bottle situation that he uses constantly. So I think we're good. I think we don't need the extra water bottles. So that's pretty good. So that means I'm letting go of, well, okay, so this one's moving into the camping and hiking stuff. 2, 4, arguably 5 when I'm done with using that as a base when those flowers die. 6, 7. Just got rid of 7 cups in there. I would say that's pretty good. And I'm left with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 7, 10. Okay, I got rid of nearly half. I would say that's a pretty good haul. And that was by far the hardest category for me. I'm feeling good about that. Okay, good. Thanks for talking that out with me. Even though you're not, I'm only here by myself. But that's fine because the start of this was real rough. I saw that some random person had tuned in and then quickly died down, probably because they didn't have their pop with them, so they weren't able to fully enjoy the car crash that was surely on the horizon. I think I'm back. I think I got comfortable and came back. Let's see, what else do we count in these primary dishes? Again, it's kind of tough for me because I don't have a lot of dishes. I have a couple platters. I have like 2 platters. But you know what? let's go look. Let's just go double check that I do in fact only have 2 because aqualine. And the other things are just kind of like prep dishes, which I'm gonna cover tomorrow. That's it for tomorrow. All right, welcome to the platter section. Now, again, full disclosure, I should point this way because the lighting is better. A lot of this stuff does not, a lot of these platters did not belong to me. Here we go. It's probably a better one. So let's just count to be sure, to make sure that I'm not doing a little fib here. I have just okay, yeah, so it's just this gorgeous blue platter that I got from Poland, and then this one that I got from a client recently. It's a gorgeous design by a Lebanese designer. It says wow in Arabic. This is the box that it came in because we're moving like very, very soon. I figured I'd just keep the box to protect it. Normally, do not keep the box. Okay, don't be cray. But I know that it's like within 6 weeks, probably this is gonna get packed up. So justified to keep the box. And then that's it. Literally none of these other platters are mine. So that's 2 platters. I'd say that's okay to keep because yes, I'm sure that there will be a large plate or platter of some sort in the other houses, but I think I'm okay to keep these, just these 2. So I think that's it. That's the primary dishes category that was pretty tough. I'm curious to see what you guys what kind of questions you would have about your dishes, what you got going on, what your struggles are. I'm excited to look through the prep utensils because before, when we first moved into this apartment 5 years ago, I was not somebody who cooked. I cook out of necessity of needing to eat, and it's not good to just order dinner all the time. Even though I tried that for a year, we tried it and it was really unhealthy, got rolled chips. So, but I've been learning to cook. I tried this nutrition program. I got a whole recipe book, and it's going well. So I'm cooking a little bit more. We're getting interested in a little bit more. I'm like learning how to make my sourdough bread. So I've gotten a couple of prep utensils. Like only in the last 2 years did I get a garlic masher, a garlic press. I also have gotten like a mini sifter. I've gotten like a couple little things. So tomorrow's gonna be interesting because I have a bit more of those that probably more. I have more measuring spoons than I should, but we'll save that for tomorrow. But all right, here it is. I made it through my first of these series. Practice makes perfect. Just had to do it, put myself out there, and yeah, let's see how cringeworthy this is. And you know what? Inshallah, it gets better from here because I sort of told myself I would commit to doing this for all the declutter sessions, and that could get real interesting. Okay, well, there we have it. Until tomorrow.